My name is Chris Littlejohn. You already know that, of course. And I was born on January 20th, 1993. Now, after just doing a little bit of research, I noticed a lot has changed. There were some significant events that went on in 1993. In times back then, they were a lot different. Some things were better, some things were worse. For example, the inflation rate in 1993 was 2.96%, and right now it's at 2.2%. So that's a huge decrease over time that we had. I mean, it did go back up in 2011, but it's dropped now, so it's lower now. I think Bill Clinton did a good job at lowering that. Um, Actually, the number one song in 1993 was Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, which is weird because she just recently passed away. So to think over that period of time, how she was number one and now she's not even with us anymore. Um, the number two song was Whoop There It Is by Tag Team, and everybody knows that song. It's weird to think that that came out then. Um, the Super Bowl winners in 1993 were the Dallas Cowboys, and right now they're not playing too good. Actually, past couple seasons they haven't been playing too good. And back then they used to dominate the NFL, winning it back to back, just being a dominant team. A movie ticket in 1993 was $4.14, and that is way lower than the $7.50 to $12 we pay nowadays. And I think that's just ridiculous. And gas was $1.16 to the $3.60 we pay here. And I wish I lived back then where I was now so I wouldn't have to go through all my money on gas. Barney was actually created in 1993 and it went on to make millions of dollars. It was a huge business selling toys. Just the TV show alone was making $5 million. I'm not sure how much it made altogether, but it was a pretty big business. Millions of people watched Barney growing up. Um, the first Jurassic Park was created in 1993, which is weird because technology back then wasn't the best. That movie was kind of ahead of its time, and it cost a lot to make, but it also brought in a lot of money. Um, it was one of the most popular movies of the year, and it's still a popular movie to this day. One thing that got me was the average cost of a new car. Back then it was $12,000 to now where it's $30,000. And you just wouldn't imagine that just over 20 years the average cost of something could go up 18 grand. Even if it is a car, I mean, that's just a lot. And I think cars are becoming too expensive on that point. I think I worked in a factory and it does not cost anywhere near 30 grand to make a car. So I think they shouldn't charge us as much, but that's just my personal opinion. President at the time in 1993 was Bill Clinton. He was actually inaugurated on my birthday, of course. Every president is, but he was going up against George Bush, and he won by I don't remember what the margin was, but he went on to win a second term. So that's kind of cool. Another thing that happened in 1993 was the police started investigating Michael Jackson for child molestation, which is weird to think about because even before he died, they were still always investigating him. Like I remember just a few years back that he was still on the news, kids still coming out saying he molested them. I don't believe he did. I was a fan of Michael Jackson, but yeah, he was being investigated. It started in 1993, and I guess it really never ended. Um, the Brady Bill was created in 1993. Uh, Brady was a politician or something, and he got shot, and his wife created the bill where you have to have a background check to receive a firearm. And I also think you have to have like 7 days before you can get the gun if it's a pistol or something, so you can calm down if you're mad. Or I don't really know the whole rule about it. And the last thing I'll talk about is Jerry L. Hale or Hall. He clones the first human embryo in 1993. Just so we still had pretty good technology back then. I mean, he was able to clone an embryo into twins or triplets, and it really wasn't a breakthrough. I mean, it still really hasn't been, because there's laws really with stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it just shows how things were in 1993, that we still were technological advanced, and um, show you how much things have changed over the years.